Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Riley Surrey, أنا معهم لأن دبي أنت اللي وضو باسبورك ولا قاتي وعلي ساوك جرا أنتو قفوا إمبسي لزال لكورو إلا قبض لسؤال عند علي. I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here. This place. This is where I'm living. I'm so tired of it. It's just like I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing. I just want to go back. It just gets bad in here, man. I just don't want to be here no more. Just pray to God just. I'm just tired of you guys talking about me and just always talking shit. These guys just don't even know how to just leave me alone. I'm just so tired. No.
Talk about Ilhan Omar's people in Minnesota. So they brought about 80,000 of these Somali Muslims in. They grouped them in one spot, and then they used that to elect her to Congress. That's how she got there. Okay, now, one thing you need to remember, according to the stats, is over 90% of these people have availed themselves of some sort of social service welfare program. Okay, now, the authorities in Minnesota have a huge investigation because these people have come up with all kind of different scams. Scams saying they're going to feed children, scams for housing, scams for fake marriages, fake divorces, you name it. They came here and they started scamming the system like nobody would believe. And these are her people all grouped together in Minnesota. We're going to talk about Dearborn, Michigan soon, too.
I just got done listening to Ilhan Omar talk about how horrible and terrible and dirty and everything else that this country is. Denigrating this country, denigrating half of the people in it. This country has been very kind, benevolent, and gracious to her and countless others. We gave her asylum. We gave her a place to live. We gave her an education. We gave her a pathway to become a sitting United States congressman. But to me, it goes deeper than that. See, I'm an Iraq and Afghanistan veteran. I was 22 years old when those planes flew into those buildings, and me and thousands of other young men across this country answered the call to go over there and combat this evil that was on our shores, that had finally hit us. And what we were told over and over again is that we go over there and we fight them over there, we will not have to fight them here. And now here we are. We're retired. We're out. We're ready to start pursuing a life of our own. And what does this country do to that enemy that we went over there and we fought to keep over there because that's what we were told? We kissed our families goodbye. I watched my wife cry while I got on that bus to go to the airport or go to the airfield. I watched my son cry because he didn't know if or when he was going to see me again. And then I come home. I've been retired for 8 years. And I come home and what are we seeing? We're seeing entire communities being taken over by the very people that we fought to keep off of our shores. Dearborn, Michigan is completely freaking taken over. Now we have mosques in Minnesota, Texas, Missouri, all over the country, promoting Sharia law. Do we really have to tell people that Sharia law is incompatible with the United States Constitution? We were told that if we fought them over there, we would not have to fight them here. But what do we have? What did you do? You elected it mayor of New York. You gave it Senate seats in Minnesota. Now I want you to turn around. I want you to find an Iraq and Afghanistan veteran somewhere around you, and I want you to look them in the eye and tell them why they should not feel betrayed. Do it. I dare you.
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national?
Nothing, but Somalians have caused a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for? But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before. That's about the only thing. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our Constitution. And she comes from a country with practically no country. It's devastated, it's crime-ridden, it's a mess, it's a disgrace. And we took their people at a tremendous... We're not taking their people anymore. We're not taking their people. And we're getting a lot of their people out because they're nothing but trouble. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Somalis are not terrorizing this nation. We are helping it thrive. Somalis have always seen themselves as a fabric of this nation. So not only are we not going anywhere, we are not going to allow anybody to make us feel less Minnesotan or less American.
The 77th person is now charged in the $300 million Feeding Our Future meal fraud case. Usman Kamara runs a very popular grocery store in North Minneapolis on Broadway Avenue called Kay's Dollar Grocery and Deli, or Kay's African Market. That's where federal prosecutors say Kamara claimed to serve 300,000 meals to kids during the pandemic. The indictment says that never happened, and he stole $1 million meant to feed hungry kids. The feds plan to seize the building where the store is located because they say Kamara used fraud money to buy it from his landlord. 10 years in prison for one of the Feeding Our Future fraudsters convicted in the first trial for the pandemic meal fraud scam. Abdi Majid Noor and his co-defendants stole $47 million in their part of the $300 million scheme. They claim to serve 18 million meals at phony sites like the small Empire Cuisine and Market in Shakopee. Noor's job was creating the fake meal counts and invoices, plus the rosters filled with made-up names of kids. He used fraud money for a trip to the Maldives and to get a college degree, spending money on the website paymetodoyourhomework.com to finish it. On top of it all, Noor played a key role in trying to bribe a juror in hopes of getting a not guilty verdict in his trial. Lead prosecutor Joe Thompson said in court, this country offered the defendant everything: the opportunity for a life, the opportunity to live in peace. And he paid us back by playing us all for fools. I'm Lou Rick.
Minnesotans are fed up. They see their dollars being stolen by fraudsters, and they are working harder than ever just to make ends meet. So Minnesotans are fed up with the fraud and the lack of accountability.
I was curious about that, Representative, because Minnesotans keep electing very liberal politicians tolerant of this type of cultural rot and judges that let these people off the hook of any sense of accountability. And I do wonder if there's ever a tipping point for the people of Minnesota. Do they ever say enough is enough? It would seem that autism fraud should be that tipping point.
Yes, I think autism fraud and all the other vectors of fraud have brought Minnesotans to the tipping point. People had no idea the scope and scale of this, and unfortunately, I'm not sure we still have a handle on it. I think we are really at the tip of the iceberg. But as these charges come down, as these indictments are handled out, we keep peeling back the layers of the onion. So it started with childcare fraud, then it went to Feeding Our Future. Now we're at autism centers, sober homes, non-emergency medical transportation, integrated community supports. I mean, there's a long list, and we are just getting started.
And that might not even be the most scandalous part, the fraud, because there are indications as well that this money not only went to fund lavish lifestyles, but it was sent back to Somalia. We know how much Somalia takes in the form of remittances. And that money going into Somalia, according to the City Journal, is also making its way to terror groups in Somalia, like Al-Shabaab. And just as a reminder to anybody watching, Al-Shabaab has a long history of terror incidents.
Being exposed in broad daylight, like I told you guys, man. Check out this one from my friend here, and I haven't spoken to her in a good minute, but she is still doing her thing, and I am very proud of her, man. Check this out.
enough to understand that members of Congress can't be impeached. You know, when you have Nancy and Randy saying, you know, we're on it, we're going to impeach her, when they're saying they're going to deport me, knowing full well that you cannot deport an American citizen.
Ilhan Omar, the cracks are beginning to show. Now that you are on Trump's radar, I think you are starting to become very afraid. You're starting to panic. It looks like you are terrified and you feel some sense of threat. And honestly, you should be. I would like to point out and comment on the last statement that you made in that interview, but I'd also like to correct you on some few things. Yes, you are correct. American citizens cannot be deported. But what you failed to mention is that there are two types of American citizens. You failed to make that distinction. They are natural-born citizens and they are naturalized citizens, which you and I fall under that category. Both you and I are naturalized citizens, you being a Somalian and I am a Zambian. We became naturalized citizens because we satisfied the requirements needed to pursue citizenship through a legal process. We applied for naturalization because we satisfied all the requirements needed by immigration in order for us to pursue to become citizens. Natural-born citizens cannot be deported. Why? Because they were born here. However, naturalized citizens, we can get our citizenship revoked through a denaturalization process. And how that can come about is if we are being pursued criminally or civically. And it has to go through the federal courts. When they start civil or criminal proceedings, that's where we can run the risk of having our citizenship revoked. Now, you on the other hand, you are being pursued criminally because it's been alleged that you had committed acts of fraud when it came to applying for your citizenship, for your naturalized citizenship. You had made some statements which were misrepresented, or you had omitted facts, or you did not tell the truth when it came to applying for your citizenship. Now this alleged information has come about that you had lied on your application. That is why you're being pursued criminally. And that's how you may face being deported or having your citizenship revoked because of those things. The problem with you, Ilhan, is I think you've gotten way too comfortable. To be honest with you, you're very cocky. You're taking this whole thing for granted. The fact that you are in this country, let me tell you something. Being a U.S. citizen, especially being a naturalized U.S. citizen, that is a privilege. It's not a right. I have a privilege. And I am proud and I am happy. I am grateful that I was awarded and I was afforded that opportunity to be a citizen of this country. America didn't have to do that. They didn't have to grant me a citizenship because I've been in this country. So don't bite the hands that feed you. And for you to be so disrespectful to Trump, the way you talk about this man like he is shit under your shoe, is very disrespectful, because guess what? You don't have to be here. He can have the right to pursue criminal proceedings to get you out of this country, because time and time again, your actions, the things that you say and you do show that you are not a loyal citizen of this country. You don't deserve to be an American citizen. Why? Because you put your own country of Somalia first. Then you do this country that has afforded you the abilities, the privileges, and the access for you to even have a platform. Because the country that you come from Somalia, they oppress women. And you don't have the freedoms or the rights to talk the way you do. So if I were you, I would not bite the hands that feed you. And I would sit down and humble myself. Because right now what you're doing, Ilhan, you're not being humble. You're not showing gratitude. If it wasn't for America, where would you be right now? The very same country of Somalia that you're always crying about, that you put first, Why aren't you there already? If that country is doing so much for you and it's the country that you love so much, why aren't you pursuing your pursuance there? Why aren't you there? But no, you want to take America for granted. The country that has awarded you the wealth, the platform for you to have a position in government. But this is how you shit on America like this? No, you don't deserve to be a citizen. And I really do hope that Homeland Security, they start to do thorough investigations so that they can get you out of here. Because you have time and time again taken advantage of this country. Some of your shady dealings that you've done, committing fraud, embezzling money, all these things, getting your community who are also committing acts of fraud. You are perpetuating that. You are at the forefront. Now you want to shit on America, the very same country that has done a lot for you? How dare you? How dare you? Who are you? You would be nothing. It's so annoying because you get people like myself who really have so much respect for this country and are so satisfied and so appreciative of what America has done. You're not worthy. You're not worthy to be in office. You're not worthy to have that title of being a congresswoman. You don't deserve to be here. You need to go. Ilhan, you need to go.
Boy.
I'm tired of the level of disrespect that you show Americans. I'm tired of the level of disrespect that you show our president time and time again. Go back to Somalia. Go back. If it's that much pressing that you don't want to be here or you love Somalia, go back. What's stopping you?
God bless my friend, man. Again, I haven't spoken to her in a couple of weeks, but seeing her video go viral, as y'all can see it, and you can see why it went viral. Get it right at the ballpark. Y'all weigh in with your thoughts. You know, and there's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna come out from this. Especially when we've all been coming out of Minnesota, Ilhan Omar and everything. I'm telling y'all, man, be ready. Be ready, man. This is just the tipping point. And I tell you, fraud is being once again exposed in broad daylight. You know, her wrongdoings, many others' wrongdoings. The taxpayers are hotter than fish grease. People see what's coming out of Minnesota. I'm telling y'all, be ready. Remember, Rick always tell y'all, and then what? Then a couple weeks later, a couple months later, bam, boom. He gave the warning. But weigh in with your thoughts. Y'all have an amazing rest of your weekend. God bless you all and your family. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, you guys.